Hi, I'm Brittany.
And I'm Lindsey.
And we're not your average mamas. On this podcast, we'll dive into navigating the exciting and challenging world of modern motherhood.
Join us while we share our ups and downs as we tackle the everyday chaos of parenthood.
Whether you're a brand new mom or a seasoned parent, get ready for some real talk and plenty of laughter.
Being a mom is about doing it your way because let's face it,
you're not your average mama.
I was talking to my mom today about our podcast because I was like, I told my interviewees that we have a podcast. And she was like, Lindsey, can I ask you one question? And I was like, what? And she's like, is it bad that you swear on your podcast?
Oh, no.
I mark it as explicit. And no, Elena and Ash swear. Everybody that I follow and listen to their podcast, they swear.
I noticed that actually on Crime Junkie, that she bleeps out all her swear words. That might be kind of
too much work for me.
No, I know, but I mean, I don't think it's necessary. But it kind of adds like a little. It's kind of funny, actually. But I think we're all adults here.
We'll just like at the beginning be like.
And then
Slap.
It's like, if your kids are around, please don't listen to them in front of you. We're not a podcast for kids.
No, it says
We're for
mamas.
the moms, okay? And if you're moms that don't swear, that's fine. And I don't ever, honestly, I swear so much in here because I can't swear. I'm around my kids 24/7 and I don't swear in front of them.
I don't feel like we swear that much either. Like
This is going to be a bleeping episode. You're going to have to, that'd actually be really funny in the beginning.
Yeah. Well, welcome to our aggressive swearing episode.
Welcome to the motherfucking Christmas episode. Oh, that was a lot. Sorry, Shannon.
Ready? Welcome to the motherfucking Christmas episode. This is Lindsey.
And I'm Brittany.
And this is not your average fucking mama.
Oh. Damn it, I missed it.
Okay, no, really, this is not your average mamas episode. This is going to be episode 7. We're doing a little switcheroo. If you listen to episode 8 next week, some things might be false about it being episode 7.
The thing that will be false is that it was introed as episode 7.
And some things might happen, I don't know, might timeline-wise might not make sense.
Well, we were initially planning on having next week's episode come out tomorrow, literally tomorrow morning, and then we had a stroke of genius, I would say, and then I was like...
Stroke.
That's a literal saying, but I was like...
Okay, where are we?
A stroke of genius?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. You have to just... It's a common saying. Look it up. Oh my gosh.
What does that mean?
It's like it hits ya. It's just like a lightning bolt of genius.
I'm thinking like somebody's stroking out.
Well, or like having a stroke?
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking you were thinking a different type of stroke. Why are there so many different meanings for stroke? Oh, I just got my notebook.
Like, stroke?
Can you look up a stroke of genius?
Is a brilliant and successful idea or decision.
Yes.
How to use a stroke of genius in a sentence.
Just how I used it. Here's a sentence. Brittany and Lindsey had a stroke of genius this week. And decided that we're going to record our episode with no husbands here, my 3 children under 7, by ourselves the night before. It's like 6:50 p.m.
Yep.
Tomorrow morning at 7. This is going to be released in 12 hours.
Okay, we are releasing at 7:02 now because your Enneagram is 7 and mine is 2.
Perfect. 7:02 a.m.
I forgot to tell you that.
I love it. Enneagram. She can't say it, but that's what she's trying to say.
I just want to say A. I want to say Enneagram. That's not
You're
right.
You're trying to say like a bananagram? That's a game.
Is it?
Bananagrams, yes.
Enneagram.
Enneagram. Similar vibes.
Anyways,
not at all.
What's up? How's your life?
My life has been...
First of all, I would just like to take a moment for all the moms.
Take a moment of silence as we come upon the week of Christmas. The weekend of Christmas, moment of silence. All right, that's good. You guys are, you know what, Godspeed.
You're killing it.
You are in the final stretch.
You got this.
You're almost there.
And you know what? If you didn't do something, Fuck it.
They will not remember.
No. They'll remember you being awesome.
If you did remember something, give them a cookie or a candy cane, and they'll just be easily redirected.
That'd be good. Go buy a bag of candy from Walgreens or your local Walmart and call it a day and just leave it around the house.
I was going to say, throw it like fetch. Just
like how you
sit on the
feed
couch.
chickens. You
Yes.
just throw it.
Sit on the couch, grab a bag of Hershey's Kisses, and just toss it out, and they can just slowly peck them up one by one.
Honestly,
and you can relax.
They would probably freaking love that.
There you go, life hack. Christmas
Life hack.
weekend. Bag o' treats.
Anyways, I just wanted to say good luck. We got this. That's kind of what our episode is about. A sneak peek.
Before we get into it, make sure you hit that 5-star review button, rate, review, share this podcast with a friend.
Thank you.
It's been okay. My husband, Jesse, has been working a ton. He's been gone to a lot, and it's like wrapping up. He's in sales, so wrapping up a lot of year-end stuff. So now, as of literally tonight, as of tomorrow, he's
Done.
good. Like, so as I've been solo parenting a lot, and then I also have been working a little bit more leading up to Christmas because I do hair, just part-time, but a little bit more than part-time during the holidays sometimes, it would seem.
Yeah.
We just decided to start our Christmas break since I homeschool. I just had this epiphany last Friday. I was like, I can actually start Christmas break whenever I freaking want to.
Yeah.
So we started this week, and I did not care at all. It's great. It's been really great. We've been able to just chill, watch Christmas movies. I get all my stuff done, get all the grocery shopping done, because there's only so many hours in the day. I got to lug 3 kids to all the errands. So it's been kind of nice.
Olympic sport.
But I also, for some reason, decided to DIY all my gifts this year. So
Your Snapchat today really took me off guard.
Oh my gosh. I made my mom this giant. I didn't realize it was so big when I bought it on Amazon.
That's what
a
she
paint
said.
by number. Yeah, right. Of Jesus walking on a beach. She loves Jesus, so I was like, "This is perfect."
Just thinking about its eyes.
Shut up. Okay, so I spent forever on this freaking Jesus, and its eyes are just unnerving.
Weird.
Like they're
like bugging out.
I didn't do
Jesus
it.
on
It's
heroin.
a paint by number. Everything looks perfect, but the eyes. What do I do?
How do I fix
she
it?
suggested googly eyes, and that didn't fix
It
it.
honestly made it look better.
It actually did. So now I'm trying to be like, how do I paint by number closed eyes? I need more numbers.
Sunglasses.
The numbers are out. Maybe just some type of blindfold or an eye patch.
Blind Jesus. Captain Jesus.
Well, I'm hoping if I get a nice sparkly frame, you will be distracted from the eyes. Don't look them directly in the eyes, Mom.
I feel like far away it's good, but when you get up close, you're like,
They'll follow you.
he looks disappointed.
He does look very disappointed. He's like, what have I done? I hate the earth dwellers. He's like walking on the beach just like disappointed.
He probably is.
He's like, this was a
disappointed.
bust.
Yeah.
Mankind.
Try again, different universe.
Let's do another
Maybe
flood.
we're like version 10.
He's like, how many times do I gotta scrap this for it to just keep happening? Humans are the worst. Why did I ever think they'd be a good idea?
I don't
He's
know.
just sat on the beach. I can post a picture.
Yes, you should.
But I'm gonna edit the eyes, so edit the eyes. It's paint by number.
Photoshop the eyes. The rest is like painted, but as like Photoshop real eyes.
They're like the ones that are like holographic that like change when you move. It's like, are they following me?
Oh my gosh.
What did you do this week?
I did a lot of things. First, I got my mix tiles in, which shout out to mix tiles. I am an irresponsible human, and while I was doing their Cyber Monday deal, you got 16 pictures for $100. And I was like, cool, I'll do wedding photos for your parents for the holidays. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Gosh, you're so lucky. Such an easy thing to do.
Throw an entire wedding. And then you can use that
Piece of cake. Took the easy way out.
Jesus.
Shut
I wrote our street name with my original hometown name, like our street number with my original hometown, where I don't live. I live an hour and a half from there. And so it said that it was delivered. And I was like, no, it's not. It's not here. And then I looked and I was like, I'm an idiot.
Why would you have sent it there?
I don't know. I swear to gosh, I put where I live now, the hometown. The zip code was like the zip code I live in. So I don't know what happened. But
so it got sent to your parents' house?
No, it got sent to my street address in where I grew up.
Oh my gosh.
Which apparently doesn't exist.
Oh my gosh, Jesse. I didn't know you were going to be back so early. Did you know we were recording an episode tonight?
No.
Surprise. Anyways, I sent it to the wrong thing, contacted help support, and they're like, we resent the entire order for free to your right address. And I almost cried, and they are a 10 out of 10.
Nice.
Yes. So if you guys
honestly know what mixed tiles are, so
pre-printed pictures in a frame, and then the back is like an adhesive where you can stick it and move it and stick it and move it, and then they're bigger frames. It's like a magnet. One side is magnet, and then you can put the big square magnet on the wall.
Oh, nice.
And then you can move it to wherever you want. You can switch pictures around.
Cool. That's awesome. So then they reprinted it and sent it
for free.
And now those people in your hometown also have some photos of you guys.
Photos of my
what
wedding.
if they actually put them up in their room or in their house, and they're like, this is just a random couple, but we liked their pictures.
It'd be so funny. Shout out to Mixed Tiles.
Yeah, that's
highly recommend them.
Actually, really great customer service, especially around the holidays. Are probably slammed.
I know.
So to be able to reprint and then send it right away.
So if you've been on the border about Mixed Tiles, I highly recommend them. And the pictures, the quality was amazing. Everything turned out really good. Their website's super easy to use too. Honestly, 10 out of 10. Go use Mixed Tiles. I'll link them down below. I'm not affiliated. We're not sponsored. I was just very pleased with their service.
We'll be real with you guys. I mean, we will recommend our things that we like. We're not monetized or anything, or we don't have any affiliate links right now. But
not yet.
Not yet. We sometime will, and hopefully that will be meaning that you guys get discounts too. But as of now, we'll keep you on the loop with our fave things.
Yes. And then I just had my interview today, which I think went really well. They blocked an hour. It went in an hour 15.
I think that's a good sign.
But last time they did it too, I just feel like they are weary about how certified I am, which I get because they've been burned in the past with people that have the 4-year degree versus the 2-year degree.
Overqualified?
Overqualified, and a lot of MLSs work in hospitals, and when you work in a hospital, you're running around with your head chopped off.
Yeah.
And so going to a clinic is stepping back and being okay, I'm ready to not run around crazy, having my feet hurt, having 1,000 things on your list and trying to prioritize them for 8 hours.
Well, sometimes I used to like that life when I worked full-time doing hair. I thrived on no lunch breaks, coffee all day, standing from morning till night. And then now I still do the same thing in a different life. But I think sometimes you get to the point where you do want to have more calm. You have other stuff that you want to put your energy towards.
And that's I honestly was honest because I feel like the first interview that I ever did since I've been searching for a new job, I was I want to be a manager, blah, blah, blah. I tried to say what they wanted to hear, and then I didn't get the job. And then today I was just I think I'm going to be honest. It's not I don't want to, I want the job. I don't really know if I'm going to aspire to be anything right now because I want energy to come home to my family, and I want energy to put into this business, and I want time back from driving into frickin' Minneapolis every day, and I want different things in life. I want to slow down. I want that slow clinic life.
I think that's perfect timing for right now, and hopefully they can understand, and maybe that would be more enticing for them.
Side note, an MLS is a medical laboratory scientist, and MLT is a medical laboratory technician. Technicians have 2-year degrees. Scientists have 4-year degrees. Apparently we can do more complex things, but really, honestly, MLTs take this almost the same board exam, and they get into the field faster, so they get better experience. So I don't know why.
It's kind of a trade-off.
Yeah, I don't know why they're sought after, or why MLSs are better. I don't think we're better. I think we waste our money getting our 4-year degree.
Extra training for extra debt.
We get paid like maybe $5 more an hour, which, whatever. I don't know. I loved all the MLTs I worked with were amazing. And I honestly went to them for questions. I was like, what the hell am I doing? But that's a little side note on MLS, MLT world. But you don't have to have your MLS or your MLT to work in the fertility world. You just have to have a science.
Oh, science
like
background.
30 hours in science.
Oh, I took a chemistry class one semester. All right, make some human beings. Perfect. That's
Isn't
all
that
you
crazy?
need. I did AP science, some type of thing. I don't even remember.
I did AP science.
AP. Well, I was actually I probably didn't. Now that I think about it, I did like AP stats and AP history and all the. Who freaking cares? Now I don't use any of it.
No one cares. Get a hot tip. You have a calculator in your pocket.
Hot tip, don't go to college. Unless you know exactly what you want to do.
Yes.
It's like a doctor or something that pays super well. Go to a tech school. Even my husband, he has a great job as a sales engineer. He's a mechanical engineer. He said if he would have done it over, which, I mean, he did it well. He was done in 4.5 years and without college debt because I was working during his whole school. We only had like $12,000 after college was done.
That's crazy.
In debt, and we paid it off pretty quickly, which we're super fortunate from that. But anyway, he said he would have just gone to like a 2-year automation. You go to 2-year tech college and then you make $100,000 right out of school, and they're like high demand. And he's like, well, if I would have known now what I knew then, I would have been a really comparable.
I just think we're the generation where they like pushed you into college because that's how you got money. That's how you got a good job. But really, all I got was $100,000 in debt and it's a good job, but like the money I make sounded really good when I like graduated. But now it's like lower middle class, even though I make like so much money.
Because of the state of the world.
Yes.
The country.
Like, me and Jordan combined both make a lot of money, and we're still, like, paycheck to paycheck, paying $1,000 in daycare.
Thank God you don't have, like, the higher interest rate, too.
I know. At least we got our house at, like, I think our house interest rate is 2.75%.
Yeah,
we
amazing.
did overpay, but we only overpaid our house value by $15,000.
In the grand scheme of things, so that's not.
No.
At least you have a house because you'd be paying double what your mortgage is right now for an apartment, likely.
Yeah, everything worked out. Everything's going to work out. And today in my interview, they were like, not everything has to happen right now. And I was like, you're right. They're like, you have a long life to live. It's okay. That's what I took away from that. I was like, you're right.
All things happen in their own time.
Mm-hmm. I have 30 years to pay off my college debt.
That's true, and that's
okay. Anyway, that was a long tangent. We're already 20 minutes in.
Whoa.
Assholes.
You have the.
Sorry, Mom.
You have the Am I the Asshole this week, correct?
I do.
All right, let's hear it.
Am I the asshole if I book our celebration trip when my mom is coming to visit for Christmas? I don't know. I haven't read this, so we're both in for a surprise.
Oh, nice. All right.
Every other year, my mom comes to visit for the Christmas holiday. She rotates between Thanksgiving and Christmas. 1 year Thanksgiving and 1 year Christmas. This year is Christmas. I told my mother that we were booking a trip to Vegas for my daughter's 21st birthday celebration from the 18th to the 22nd. 2 of my children are away at college, including the 21-year-old. They really can't miss school, and that's why we were doing this over the winter break. I told this to my mother on the 1st of June. That's so much time. I have reminded her several times since the first time we discussed it. Now that it's time for her to buy a plane ticket, she wanted to know why I scheduled the trip while she was going to be visiting and was upset. I have looked into moving the trip to January right before the kids go back to school, but the prices increased by $7,000.
Oh my, for Vegas?
Right? I
can't imagine spending $7,000
they must be
to go to
staying
Vegas.
On the Strip.
We stayed on the Strip, and it was not that expensive.
Yeah, same. We stayed in the Bellagio.
Maybe a penthouse?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's crazy.
And I just can't afford it. When was this posted? 3 months ago. So maybe nowadays. Because I know plane tickets, if you buy them day of, it's like $1,000.
Yeah, it is crazy.
2 years ago, we did the same trip for my oldest daughter, and my mother came along. We footed the entire bill and gave her a room in our 2-bedroom penthouse suite. Okay, yeah, they get a penthouse.
Okay, well,
fancy.
Nice.
We
Must be
paid for
nice.
every meal and all the alcohol. We can't afford to do this time. We'll maybe stay in a regular fucking room. Oh. Sorry. I feel like my mom told me I shouldn't swear, and now I want to swear more. Sorry, Mom.
Still at this age, you're rebelling.
Love you. We pay for every meal and all the alcohol. We just can't afford to do it this time, nor do I think she wants to come. Mom doesn't really like Vegas. Plus, my daughter is bringing a friend, and we just won't have the room. I have decided to keep the trip booked as is. Am I the asshole for keeping the trip booked? I feel like I'm going to be the asshole no matter what I do.
No, you're not. You're absolutely not the asshole.
She's the asshole for not recognizing that you told her 6 months before she booked her freaking plane tickets.
It's so rude. You're literally completely being ignored. And you're giving her plenty of time. It's not like she's all of a sudden blindsided or even forgot about it if you reminded her so many times.
I feel like moms do that, though, sometimes. You just tell them, and it's just like, whoop.
They're just like, she's just like bulldozing through. She's like, you better be there for Christmas. I'm going to be at your house.
She's like so on the track of like her regular routine for the year that she was like, oh, you're going to Vegas? How rude.
And what were the dates? Like 19th to the 22nd?
The 18th through the 22nd.
Okay. Well, she'll be back even by Christmas Eve.
I don't know.
Okay.
Get over yourself, lady. She was voted not an a-hole.
Well, clearly. That's pretty sad that she actually kind of seems like a really good person if she's like thinking that she's the asshole in that situation. Not a good, I shouldn't say a good person, but clearly a people pleaser used to making her mom happy.
She has to listen to episode 8 of this
Next
podcast.
week. Yeah, recovering people pleaser. Spoiler alert. Just kidding.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so they added, she said, I kept the trip to Vegas booked even though my mom bought her airfare to visit us during the time. She knew well in advance the trip was planned and bought her airfare anyway. My mom is now not talking to me because she thinks I'm in the wrong for keeping our trip and not canceling.
And she still came to her house?
I think this was posted 3 months ago, so literally this is happening next week.
Wow.
This is like happening now. It's the 20th. Like they are in Vegas currently.
All right, I hope you're having a hell of a time. And your mom is like sitting alone in your living room crying.
Yeah.
Because she didn't get her way.
Gosh.
Boo-hoo. Sorry, Granny. You weren't invited to the penthouse suite this time. Like,
oh my gosh.
You can't have
I
it
can't
all.
believe they paid for everything last time. That's like what? That's
super nice.
Insane.
Well,
Invite me to the penthouse
seems like they
suite.
probably used up all their money.
Right?
Just go around and they're like, we broke.
We broke. We rented the entire penthouse suite at the Bellagio. I don't know why we can't invite you and have you come with and have you buy all of your meals and alcohol. Which, honestly, Vegas is so expensive. I remember buying, this was even like, 6 years ago. Holy shit. I just realized how old I am. 6 years ago, I went to Vegas for my 21st birthday. And, right?
7. The other year, just a while, a short time ago, when I turned 21.
Holy shit! That one.
Time goes.
That one needed a swear. Okay.
So slowly.
And I remember having 2 drinks with my dad on the Bellagio floor, and it was like $24.
It is crazy.
And
we've been
like
to Vegas once.
2017, 2018, before pre-pandemic.
We went in 2019, like literally the fall before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And the way to do it is you go to those gas stations lining the strip. Mm-hmm. You hit up the coolers there, get like those big pounders of like twisted tea or whatever, and then just walk the strip with your $3 giant ass lemonade.
Yeah, that's one thing you can't forget about is that you can walk the strip. You can walk into like other things with your alcohol. So, pro tip. Anyways,
we
welcome.
have our new segment, Highlights of Humanity.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
We
this.
had a poll, online to see what it should be.
A stripper poll.
People danced on it. One was named Highlights of Humanity. One was named
Heartwarming
Highlights. And Highlights of Humanity won the stripper bowl contest. So What?
Welcome.
Okay, so I saw the most heartwarming video ever last week that got me right in the feels, okay? So this boy, he was probably 13. It was his birthday. They had a cake, and everybody's, singing happy birthday. And it's just like a small birthday, like in their kitchen, just their family. And they're in the description of the video, it said it was this boy's first time ever having a birthday cake. They adopted him, and it was his first birthday with them. And he was just the sweetest. I mean, like I said, he was a young teen, and he just couldn't even cope when they were singing happy birthday. He kept running to his new dad and like hugging him and just like needing to be like held by him, and he's crying and everyone's singing happy birthday, and he goes and hugs his mom, and they're like, you gotta blow your candles, you gotta make a wish, and he just kept going back and forth between the mom and dad, hugging them, and then he like, obviously all his wishes had like already come true. He didn't even need a wish.
I didn't even think about that.
It was the sweetest. And I would love to adopt. I would love to be a foster mom. I just feel like I need like a fleet of children to help.
I want to be a foster mom to puppies.
I want to be a foster mom to humans,
and together we can run a zoo.
We can take on the world of the people needing help. But it was
homeless.
It was like the best. Oh, it was the best video. Oh, speaking of homeless people. So my 7-year-old Naya, she said to us tonight, Lindsey came over tonight, brought us McDonald's because my husband's out of town and she's a rock star. So she brings us food. We're eating, and like the Grinch is playing, like the newest Grinch cartoon movie. And she looks at us and she's like, isn't it? She's very empathetic. So she's like, isn't it so sad that homeless families don't have enough money to bring their kids to the doctor? And I was like,
it was so sad.
It was sad, and I've never thought about that.
That is so sad.
And she's like, it's so sad. And also, how come people sometimes rap about Christmas? Because, like, the Grinch, it's like, you're a mean one. You really are he. Like that one. She's just like, it's not really common for people to rap about Christmas. It was just so out of left field. Why do kids' brains have conflicting thoughts? Like
one side of the spectrum to the other in one breath.
I know.
I was just like not prepared.
Well, we were like kind of emotional, like, oh my gosh, that is so sad. You're so sweet. That's so kind. And then why do people rap about Christmas?
But like, actually though, it's a weird thing to rap about.
It's true. Oh my gosh. We are 32 minutes in and we haven't even gotten to
We talked about it a little bit. Okay, so the name of this episode, I want to name it Moms Are the Magic, ... Are you okay? Because moms are the magic of the holiday season, and I feel like we're all dying inside a little bit. So that's why we took a moment of silence for all of the moms out there.
The pressures
are the Santa, the elves, the cooks, the decorators, the problem solvers, the gift wrappers, the gift buyers, and the list goes on. And I feel like you not only put your hats on of like mom and all these other hats, but then you're also putting on everything else to make your child's Christmas season magical, so they remember it in an awesome way when they grow up and they don't cry about it and go to therapy about it.
Right. There's so much pressure and you want to make it so magical. Mm-hmm. I actually was searching this morning up things like making Christmas magical for parents, moms, adults, and there were essentially like 0 lists. I made almost all this list myself.
Oh
like
my gosh.
For adults and parents and ways to make the holidays magical. Every single thing was for your kids, how to get this for your kids, and all these extra things. And I'm like, we need a list for the parents, for the moms. What can you do? So here's...
With the Christmas season, you have to remember to fill your cup up because you can't pour from an empty cup. And I know that's so cliche and everybody says it, but it's so true.
It's true.
You can't just get burnt out. And then I feel like you just go into hibernation and then you're just like miserable until it's summer. And then you're like, finally, it's summer. And then the cycle just begins again. And it's like, what if the Christmas season was magical not only for your kids, but also for you?
Yeah, there was something I said in one of the Holiday Boundaries episode we did early on. And it was like asking yourself how you want to feel after the holidays are over. And I keep thinking about that because I've never thought about that in years past because you get caught up in the crazy, the hustle and bustle, and the next thing you know, the whirlwind is over and you're left in a pile of wrapping paper and candy wrappers and you're just like, I feel sad and kind of empty because that wasn't what I had wanted it to be like. Because you're just on autopilot and like on the fast track, and you don't like set intentional.
We're hyped up about this
you
subject.
Don't set your intentions, plan it out beforehand, and it just like all happens to you.
Okay, that was one thing that I did write down is that plan ahead for yourself. So like not only plan ahead for the events and everything, but like also if you thrive on working out for 20 minutes a day and that's what fills your cup up, don't sacrifice that to make Christmas magical, because you're just going to get burnt out and you're going to feel awful, and you're going to like, I feel like that seeps into how you parent and how your kids catch on to that stuff too. So like plan out to keep that routine through Christmas or whatever you do to fill your cup up, and make sure you have time for yourself before you plan your holidays. Like plan your holidays around time for yourself versus vice versa.
Yeah, I also thought put down the to-do list and have the Christmas movie marathon with your kids. Like there's so many times I'm tempted to put the movie on for them and then I do all the stuff around the house and I'm like, stop, make a cup of coffee and go sit down. I keep hitting this thing because I'm like flailing my hands because I'm like passionate right now. But I have the hardest time ever sitting down, but like you deserve rest. You deserve to sit and relax and watch those nostalgic movies and just have fun in making those memories with your kids. The flour and the cookie dough will be cleaned up later by your husband.
That's a good joke.
It'll be there tomorrow morning, and you can reassess them.
It'll still be there.
Yeah, unfortunately. But I also think, like, trying to recreate, like, nostalgic moments and traditions from your own childhood, because I don't know. I feel like I'm a super nostalgic person, and I just am like, what are the things that I loved that I want to pass down to my kids? But you also get to enjoy then, too. You know, you're handing down your traditions, but it's kind of for you.
What I want to hand down goes against what Jordan likes to hand down. So, like, my mom, my dear mother, I love her to death, but she instilled in me that presents are meant to be opened ASAP Rocky. And so, literally my entire childhood, she'd be like, I got you a surprise. You have to wait to open it. Okay, actually, do you want to open it right now? Like, I'm not going to say no. I'm going to open it right now. And then I would open it right now. And so I do the same thing with Kian. I bought him what are they called? Hedge blocks?
I don't know.
Bristle blocks?
Oh, yeah.
I keep on going to call it hedge blocks because that's a brand. I wrapped them and I was like, I want to give it to them right now. And Jordan's like, no. And then now we're doing like our 12 days of Christmas instead of the elves because we didn't buy the elf in time. And I was like, can you just please open this? And we had so much fun with them. I'm like, see?
And you opened it?
Yeah, we did.
Oh my gosh, you're so funny. Even as a child, I did not want to open my presents until the last possible second. I love delayed gratification so much. And so, me and my husband wrapped all the presents on Sunday that we have so far, and each kid, we decided this year we're going to do a different wrapping paper for each kid so we don't have to like label them all. And Jesse's like, should we put them underneath the tree? And I was like, okay, yeah. And so the kids are like, when can we open these? How many more days? And I'm like, only 7 more days. And they're just like taunting them, and I love it. It's just like that delayed gratification, the anticipation.
I'm like, open it now.
The anticipation of the gift is better than the gift.
No, Kian doesn't even know the anticipation yet. I was like, open this gift. And he was like, open it. I was like, frick, yeah, open it.
I know the anticipation, though. And I'm going to drag that out until the last minute. And then I'm going to get the joy.
I struggle with that.
You know what?
Anyway,
everyone has their flaws.
Yeah.
I don't know who's flawed, me or you. We're both. I'm not saying one right is right.
We're both extreme.
We are both.
And together, our kids will have a mildly normal gift opening experience on a normal timeline.
Yeah, she like went nuts last Saturday, went rogue, and had like a Christmas game with presents. And I was like, what? And you're like, oh, we're going to do this tonight. I'm like, it's like December 18th or something. It was like just not Christmas yet. Oh, yeah. And she was like, we're doing the presents now. We're doing the game now. And the kids obviously totally loved it. I was confused. It was fun. Everyone had a blast, but I just was so confused why she said we should play a game for Christmas that day.
Because last weekend, we literally did it all. We recorded a podcast. We baked cookies and other goodies. We played a game. We went to see Christmas lights. We ate supper somehow. We watched a Christmas movie. We put our kids to bed. We played a game as an adult.
Yeah,
and then
that's
we went
true.
to bed. We
did so many things.
In the span of like 8 hours.
And then I got up at the ass crack of dawn the next morning to go to my sister's church. And then I was an hour and a half early. An hour and a half with 3 feral children.
How'd that go?
I don't know. I was like, what is happening?
Are you still recovering?
Well, because then it was okay because thank God they had like cookies and donuts.
You're like,
and
just
I'm like,
eat another cookie, kids.
And then they had to sit for like an hour program. I was like, woofda.
Woofda.
That was on me, honestly. But what are you going to do?
First, one thing I wanted to point out is filling your cup up. I feel like people say that a lot, but like you have to go on a self journey and see what fills your soul. Because I feel like, especially as a new mom, you're like, I have no idea what I like to do. And I feel like you realize in your pre-baby life, you were just like going so hard and so fast and just doing everything that you were supposed to do that you never realized what you actually wanted to do. And maybe that's not everybody's situation, but it was my situation. And I feel like that does happen a lot with other people. So really take this time to also figure out what your soul loves. Like, do you like reading? Do you like hanging out with your best friend? Do you like paint nights? Do you like to just go outside for a nature walk? Find what really fills your soul up and really put time aside to do those things and maybe go on that journey. Like, find out what you like to do, what fills your soul up, because I feel like I was a very lost puppy when I was postpartum. Like, find what fills your cup up, because I feel like that's half the battle.
You know, I have been tackling a lot of new hobbies lately. One would say too many. Specifically, Jesse would say too many.
Do you have ADHD?
I do think I do, but I don't do anything.
Or you're just a mom.
I'm not going to do anything. That, honestly, is the never-ending question. Do we have high-functioning ADHD, high-functioning anxiety, ADHD, or are we just moms? What is it? But anyway, I decided that for Christmas, one gift, I decided to make everyone whipped honey out myself. I made it from scratch. It wasn't hard, but I bought the jar, whatever. Did that. I did that freaking giant ass painting. I'm making candles from scratch. That I haven't finished yet. I learned to embroider, and I bought a huge cross stitch, which I gave up on the cross stitch early on. But like, what am I doing?
Too much. One might say.
One would say, including myself. I was like, my eyes were crossing finishing that Jesus painting today, and I'm like, what am I doing to why would I do this?
I think that's where you would maybe plan things out better for next year. Maybe if you want to do a craft for everybody, start in like Thanksgiving time.
Well, I bought these months ago.
Oh. Well.
I also bought a bunch of bird things to embroider. I didn't. I stopped in that too.
I didn't.
I just, whatever. I don't know. We don't even.
It happens. Sometimes you get into the I can do it spirit. You buy a bunch of stuff and you're like, fuck, I can't do it.
I thought that this would fill my soul, but then I ended up, after I bought all this stuff, to like get crafty with it.
Get crafty with it.
I decided to like start a podcast, you know? So then I'm like, oh, we got stuff going on. Honestly, sidebar, best thing about having a sister-in-law best friend, we get to do all the holidays together.
Yeah. Honestly,
huge perk.
I wouldn't make it without you.
Well, you have Jordan.
I wouldn't make it out Without Keen either.
Yeah, you got your people.
Yeah, my people. See, but like sometimes you just gotta buy things, you gotta try them, and you gotta fail. Figure out.
I didn't fail at any of them, okay? I honestly didn't. But
You didn't. They all looked great.
Besides the back of your embroidery, and it'll be hung on a wall.
I
hopefully.
honestly thought like maybe it could be like a pillow situation, but then you like sewed everything together, and then I was like, oh, this is this embroidery.
I was Googling what do you do with an embroidery after it's off the hoop. What do you do? It's just a fabric. I don't know. So here I just did this like celestial design for her, like a moon and stars. And then after I like worked so hard on this thing, then I'm like, well, now what? Just hang the hoop on the wall? I just set it on your bedside table. It said you could stretch it over a canvas. I was going to hot glue it to something. Next time, I'm going to embroider onto an actual shirt, hat, some type of item.
Well, now you have, like,
towel?
I think you were just trying to master embroidering, and you didn't have, like, the foresight to be like, what is it going to go on?
Right, what do you do
after my hard work?
Exactly. Just look at it and be like, that's some fine-ass stitch work. But don't look too close. Okay, so I went with my neighbors to this craft show 2 weekends ago, and woofda, some of those embroidered. This girl was literally selling embroidered, like, keychains, like, all these weird things. A cat could embroider better. And I'm not exaggerating. It was like a star, but it was like 4 individual strings of thread. And I'm like, you want money for this? Like, I would think my 7-year-old would do a better job. And that sounds really bitchy. I'm sorry. But, like, you're at a legit
Craft
It
show.
wasn't a legit craft show. It was at the VFW.
Well, there's your first.
Well, they actually had some decent stuff. But anyway, that's a sidebar. Shut up.
Shut up. We're 48 minutes in. Okay.
Hey, that's not that bad because we're towards the
End of our lives.
And if you cut some of this stuff out.
Yeah, no, we're good.
I was going to say treat yourself to some Christmas nails. I've been using Gorilla Glue to glue on my fake nails.
10 out of 10 idea.
Well, honestly, it's not even lasting longer than regular nail glue. I don't understand.
Some things you can do to, like, prevent this holiday, some might call it burnout, is be picky who you spend your time with. And then also before that, if you have a tradition of spending time with your family and you're thinking, I don't want to spend time at Uncle John's cabin for the weekend with my 4 screaming toddlers. Maybe I don't know.
With my quadruplets.
Maybe tell Uncle Dan, I don't know,
John
and Uncle John beforehand, like, hey, this year we're staying home, we're doing a little bit more family-centered stuff, and it's okay to say no. And then also another spin-off on that is when people ask you for plans and something that's going to take up your time for the holiday season, don't answer yes right away. I know obviously a lot of people probably don't do that because you have to like plan your life around your significant other and your child. But instead of just being like, yeah, let me see what I can do, say, let me think about it. Or you could say, I have to talk to Jordan. I have to talk to whatever. To just like give you a moment to be like, do I really want to spend my energy this holiday season with these people? Because I feel like we are spending our energy where we don't need to, and then we burn out in other areas of our lives because we're just like spending all of our energy with people that drain it.
Right. You need to set boundaries with people because if you're like a giver specifically, you need boundaries because like takers will never stop taking from you. If they can, that did not make sense.
Takers will always take.
You know what I'm saying?
The takers will take.
They're going to take. Okay, takers be taken.
Takers be taken. And then the last thing is to keep it simple, stupid.
Kiss. K-I-S-S. Keep it simple, stupid. Kiss my
ass.
Pucker up and kiss it, Whoville. That's from the Grinch.
Was it?
Yes, I did not just come up with that.
Oh, wild. I thought you just popped that.
You're like, pop that.
Okay, you don't have to make everything. Buy the cookies that are pre-made. Buy the cookies that are pre-made and pre-decorated. Don't send out Christmas cards. I highly recommend not sending out Christmas cards.
I freed myself from that this year, from that obligation. And also,
It kills the planet.
Would love to have just bought the pre-made cookies. I thought about that so many times, but here I am about to have my third baking day tomorrow. So we just be baking.
Oh, another thing is if you do Elf on the Shelf, you don't have to make it complicated, like you said.
Yeah, literally. People get so stressed out about Elf on the Shelf. And literally, you can move it from by the TV to sitting on the stairs. Like, it's not like rocket science. And don't go all out. Sometimes on the weekends, I go a little bit
harder.
more. Yeah. But then, like, last night, one thing that I did that my kids freaking loved last night, I took a bunch of candy wrappers.
They were obsessed with it.
I gave my husband all the candy. I put all the wrappers around him and then rubbed chocolate all over his face so it looked like he was eating their candy in the night. It's just little things like that. They don't really take that much time or effort, but it really makes them light up. My kids love their elves so much.
They really do.
And my elves do not watch my kids to make sure they're behaving. They don't report back to Santa. They don't, their elves are just fun and funny and do silly stuff. Like, there's no, they're watching you, so you better behave. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, that's a little creepy.
One thing I put on here is, like, do something for yourself. Ask for a massage gift card for Christmas so that after the holidays you can decompress, recover, and, like, just get a little me time after.
Hell yeah.
Start the new year off right.
Ask for Botox.
Heck yeah.
The facial. Not that kind of facial. Lastly, you
Don't
matter.
call me Leslie.
I can't with you. Last thing. I'm not calling you a thing. You matter too, bitch.
You matter.
Hashtag. Hashtag bitch you matter.
Oh my gosh, I'm so stupid.
It's true.
You do. You hella matter. And your holidays matter. And having fun, having special moments, having a magical Christmas should be for the moms too.
Yes,
And
and
you
it
should
can
get
be.
what you want to.
You can always get what you want.
Sing it, girl, sing.
Okay. Anyways.
Do you want to hear my family fail of the week?
Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Why said it like that?
Lord have mercy. Okay, so, we're trying to do the whole let's get hot cocoa at the gas station and go look at Christmas lights, okay? So, drive up the road. All the kids want to come out, of course, to go in the gas station and get their hot cocoa. So they all come out, and Judah, my 5-year-old, he starts getting his hot cocoa. Of course, he wants to fill it himself. And Jesse's like, oh no, it's out. It's clear. Like, it's just hot water. It's not even hot cocoa. It must be broken. And Judah's like, what? I don't think it's broken. So he proceeds to drink the hot boiling liquid and then screams and drops it all over my 2-year-old's feet, who is wearing sandals in the winter, bare feet. She's screaming. I pick her up. I run her into the bathroom. I'm putting her feet under cold water. Judah's covered in, hot water. And then the worker's like, yeah, our hot cocoa machine isn't working. We've been in there for 20 seconds, okay? So my kids are soaked. I'm like, okay,
Everyone's burned.
Yes. So I'm like, okay, get in the car. Everyone. Oh, also Naya was like, I don't want the small size. I want the biggest size. She wanted a 24-ounce hot cocoa. So I'm like, get in the car. So everyone gets in the car, and they're all sad because they don't have any hot cocoa. And we were in there a total of 45 seconds probably. It just like total chaos ensues. And so we're all annoyed. We go to the next gas station and Jesse's like, no one's getting out. Everyone just stay in the car. And so they're kind of whining, crying. And I'm like, this is so fun. This is really fun. And so he goes inside. He grabs all the hot chocolates and he got me the most delicious thing I've ever drank. It was like a salted caramel cappuccino because I was like, I don't want hot cocoa.
Yeah.
He gives me that. And we start driving, and my 2-year-old's like, oh, mine's too hot. So I grab hers, and I'm, like, blowing on it. And I have mine, like, between my legs in the car as I'm, like, blowing on hers. All of a sudden, Jesse freaking peels out into traffic, and all the hot cocoa and hot cappuccino soaks my whole lap, my crotch, my underwear. Everything was drenched in hot liquid on me. And I'm sticky, and I'm like,
we're going home.
We didn't go home. We drove around for like an hour and a half looking at Christmas lights. We were like up the road from our house. So I was just sitting there with a wet, sopping, sticky lap. And I'm like, this is
so magical.
Really fun.
I just want to put the clip of you being like, go get your own hot cocoa because kids love that.
I know.
It's so much more fun.
It's the best hot chocolate
it's
at
so
the
magical.
gas station. But then the reality is they're covered in hot boiling liquid, and then you get it all over your crotch. And
so pro tip, what you do is you put ice at the bottom of the cup and then you go get hot chocolate.
Yes. Take that tip and all
shove it up your ass.
So take that tip.
Just the tip. We are little school children.
Yeah, we are. We're children. But yeah, literally then Rhea was like, my 2-year-old, crying, screaming, didn't want to be in the car. I'm like, Christmas is magical.
Christmas.
She eventually passed out, and it was enjoyable the rest of the time, besides my wet body.
Wet.
My wet swass.
Not only was it wet because of the hot chocolate, but I had sweats.
Those heated seats will get you in the winter time.
Oh my gosh. Okay. This is going to be a long episode. Treat to you. Christmas treat. XOXO.
Christmas treat.
Oh, the snow's coming down.
Christmas.
Okay, I don't have a family fail, but yours was girthy. So. Oh, freaking Naya. So, you know, last weekend we were here and like, honestly, we had so much fun on Saturday, and the kids had so much fun, and it was a good time. And it was getting towards the end of the night. It was like 9 o'clock, and Naya comes up to me, and she's like, I want to do your makeup. And I was like, no, I already have makeup on. Like, I'm just about to, like, take it off for the night. And she was like, let me see if you have makeup on. And I was like, see, look, I have makeup on. And she was like, no, you don't. I was like, yeah, I do. Why do you say no, I don't? And she was like, if you did, you just have dark circles under your eyes. Like, those wouldn't be there if you had makeup on. And I was like...
Called out by a 7-year-old.
Way to be humbled.
I don't know why they're so rude.
I'm like, you know why I have these dark
so
circles?
blunt.
It's because this is what adulthood does. Stay a kid.
This will be you. This is you in 20 years. You're looking into your future.
This is your destiny.
This is the ghost of Christmas future. Your face.
What?
I said your face is the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
Telling me my face looks stupid when I was laughing. Another one is Kian started calling me Lindsey. And last night we were driving.
Just learned your name last weekend.
Yes.
He's like, oh, well, you had a first name all along?
And yeah, last night we were driving home from, like, we got Dairy Queen. And we were driving home and I started singing and he goes, no, Lindsey! And I was like, did you say no singing? And he's like, no, Lindsey. I was like, my name's Mama. And he was like, no, Lindsey. And I was like, well, that's Jordan. Daddy's name is Jordan. And he was like, no, Dada. And I was like, what the fuck?
Naya's been calling Jesse Jefferson.
I love that.
I don't know why.
It makes sense. Oh, and then one time, Kian This one's funny.
One time at band camp. That's what I felt like you were going to say.
Ian was hugging Pip, and he, like, felt her nipples. And he said, "Oh, no, Pip's nipples hurt." How do you know?
Stop twisting them.
Yeah. Stop pinching them.
Titty twister.
Kids. Have them. They're funny.
Oh my gosh. I was peeing tonight and Rhea came in and she's like, I kept telling her to get out, okay? I was like, can I just go to the bathroom, please? She swings the door open. She goes, I have to pee too. She didn't. Spoiler alert. She shuts the door behind her and she goes, wow, that's a big gina. That's a huge one. Like a biggest in the world. And her hands are over her head. And she's just like, that's just a huge vagina. And I'm like, I was covered. I have a full long sweatshirt. There was no way she even saw it. But I'm like, get out of here. Like,
stop calling my vagina big.
Why are you so
You know
obsessed?
why my vagina's big? Because of you.
Because you, a friggin' 8.5 pounder.
Gosh. You're the reason my vagina's big.
It's you. You're the problem. It's you.
Forever.
But honestly,
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
can
They
I
just
get
humble you.
a moment of peace? And like,
Slap you in the face, tell you look tired, tell you got a big vagina. Have children. They're great.
they honestly are.
They really
They're
are.
so funny.
So funny. Like, subscribe,
Share, rate,
review.
rate and review. That'd be so awesome.
That would be so awesome. Give us a Christmas present. Rate, review. Share with your friends.
That would be a way you could give a gift for free. Just rate, review, and share this podcast with a friend who needs some uplifting podcast.
Comedy. We're trying to get to 200 members to our Facebook group. So we're almost there.
We are. We're almost there, and if we get there by Christmas, join
One
our
of you.
Facebook group. Somebody's going to win the ultimate prize. Which we don't even know what the prize is, but if we do it, it's going to be good, okay?
Yeah, we don't know what the prize is because we don't know if you deserve it yet. Just kidding.
We'll see. If we're at 201, maybe you'll get $5 gift card. We're at 204.
$4 gift.
$1 gift card for two. Don't spend it all in one place.
I hope you have a great Christmas. It's going to be great. The magic is going to be there. It's all because of you. Do something for yourself. We love you. Have a great week. Merry holidays.
Happy holidays. Feliz Navidad. Happy Hanukkah.
We'll see you in the next one. We'll have one more release before the new year, and then we'll see you in the new year.
Yay.
Bye.